Welcome guys to my YouTube channel. In today's class, I'll be teaching you how to calculate for amounts in electrolysis. Now, I'm going to be taking two examples to this particular type of question. Okay, and I believe that at the end of today's video lesson, you'll be able to calculate for amounts in electrolysis. And these are questions that oftentimes appears in JAM, WAEC, and in GC exam. Now, follow me as we solve this question together. Let's begin. According to example number 1, the question says that if the cost of electricity required to discharge 10 grams of an ion, look at the ion here, look at the ion, x raised to the power of 3 plus, you understand, is 20 naira. How much will it cost to discharge 6 grams of an ion, which is a divalent ion? 1 Faraday is 96500 coulomb per mole. Atomic masses are, that of X is 27 and that of Y is what? 24. Now, let us solve this question together. We'll begin by writing the balanced ionic equation for the first cation, which is X3 plus. Do you understand? That's what we'll begin from. Now, if we write this, we have x raised to the power of 3. Don't forget that when you see x raised to the power of 3, it means that this particular metal loses 3 electrons. Yes, it has lost 3 electrons. So to balance the equation, you need to add 3 electrons to this ion so that it gives you x. That's where you begin from. Yes, you add 3 electrons to the ion so that it gives you a. Don't forget that this one means it has lost 3 electrons. So if you add these 3 electrons to it, it returns back to its original state. That's where you begin from. Now, this number of electrons is the same as the number of Faraday. Yeah, so if I have 3 electrons, it is equals to 3 Faraday. If I have 4 electrons, it's equals to 4 Faraday. So according to this question now, we have 3 electrons needed to deposit this ion there, to reverse it from ionic state to the what? To the atom itself. So the balance equation reviews that. Watch me carefully. That 3 Faraday that you see here now, this 3 Faraday is what give us 1 mole of this substance, which is X. And 1 mole of a substance is equals to the atomic mass of that substance. So if you watch very well, they say the atomic masses are X is 27, while that of Y is what? 24. So I said we are going to begin with X. Now, 3 Faraday deposit 1 mole of this guy, 1 mole. What you have here is 1 mole. And if you have 1 mole class, 1 mole is the same as the atomic mass. So we can say 3 Faraday gave us 27 grams of this ion. Do you understand? Yes. So from this equation, we found that this is an equation. Yeah. So from this equation, we have found that now that 3 Faraday is what gave us 27 grams of X. Do you understand? So if you go back to the question, it says if the cost of electricity required to discharge 10 grams, yes, what you have here is 10 grams of an ion, which is X raised to the power of 3, is 20 naira. So what we'll simply do is this. Now, if I know that 3 Faraday gave us 27 grams of X, let me check for the number of Faraday that will give us 10 grams as it is given to us in the question. So we'll simply say that X Faraday will give us weighting, will give us 10 grams as it was given in the question. So what do we simply do here now? We simply cross multiply. Now, if I cross multiply, I will use 10 to multiply 3, then I'll use x to multiply 27. So if I do that, I will have 27x equals to that. This times this equals to 3 times what? Times 10. So divide both sides by 27, divide here by 27, this cancel this. So we have x equals to, watch me carefully, 3 times 10 will give us what? 30 over 27. So what do we do now? Watch now. You see you have 3 over 27. If I divide here by 3, I will get what? 10. Divide here by 3, I will get what? 9. So this is the number of Faraday that is needed to deposit 10 grams of the ion. Do you understand? Yes. If the cost of electricity required to discharge 10 grams of an iron, x raised to the power of 3 plus, is 20 naira. So we did the normal equation that showed us that 3 Faraday gave us 27 grams. So which Faraday will give us the 10 gram that is given to us in the question? And that's what we have calculated. That it is 10 over 9 Faraday that gave us this 10 gram. Do you understand? So if you relate it, you find out that this 10 gram now, the cost is 27, is what? 20 naira, as you can see. So that means this your Faraday now, which is 10 over 9 Faraday, costs waiting, costs 20 naira. Yes, that's what it costs. So we cannot say that what will be the cost for 1 Faraday to now be what? X amount. So we'll simply cross multiply. We have x times this will give you 10x over 9 equals to 1 times this will give us waiting, will give us 20. Don't forget that we have cross multiplied here. So what do we do hereafter? If you use this to multiply this, you are going to get 10x equals to 20 times 9. Then you divide both sides by what? By 10. So this cancel this, x will give us this cancel this, 2 times 9, and that will give us what? 18 naira. Wow. So this simply means that 1 Faraday, which is x, is 18 naira. So the essence of having this first detail is to know the amount for 1 Faraday. And the way to begin is to begin this way. Is to first establish a relationship between number of Faraday and the atomic mass. Then you look for the Faraday that will deposit 10 grams as is given to us in the question, which we in turn got what? 10 over 9 Faraday. So it took us 10 over 9 Faraday to deposit 10 grams. And you know that the cost for 10 grams is what? 20 naira. So we can simply say that this 10 over 9 Faraday cost us what? 20 naira. So what will be the cost of 1 Faraday? It is what? X. Then we cross multiply again. X times this, you have 10x over 9. 1 times 2 will give us what? 20. Then don't forget that here you cross multiply this way. So 9 we multiply 20 equals to 10x. And then we divide both sides by 10 to know the cost for 1 Faraday. Do you understand? So now the question has said, how much will it cost? How much would it cost to discharge 6 grams of an ion, which is y raised to the power of 2 plus? Let's write the ionic equation for this ion. Ionic equation. Please watch me carefully. According to this equation now, we have y raised to the power of 2 plus. Don't forget that if you have 3 plus, you have 3 electrons. So if you have 2 plus, you add 2 electrons to give us what? To give us y. So we'll do the same thing that 2 Faraday gave us the atomic mass of y. Do you understand? So if I write 2 Faraday gave us the atomic mass. And what's the atomic mass of y? They said that x is 27, but y is 24. So that will give us what? 24. Do you understand? So according to the equation, you say how much will it cost to discharge 6 grams? Do you understand? So we'll simply say that which Faraday will give us 6 grams? Knowing fully well that every 1 Faraday is what? 18 naira. So which Faraday will give us 6 grams? We'll simply cross multiply again. So that you have 6 times 27 equals to x times what? 24. So you have x equals to, sorry, let's clean this part of the board. So watch this. 2 Faraday is 24. X Faraday is 6 grams because that's what they gave us. So cross multiply, you have 6 times 2 to give you 12 equals to x times 24 will give us 24x. Do you understand? So we divide both sides by what? 24. Divide here by 24. This cancel this. X will be 12 over what? 24. And if we have x equals 12 over 24, it means that it will be 0.5. Do you understand? So it is actually 0.5 Faraday. Yes. Don't forget that we have S Faraday. So it's 0.5 Faraday that gave us what now? 6 grams. So if we have 0.5 Faraday, what is the cost of 0.5 Faraday? Very simple. Knowing fully well that 1 Faraday is 18 naira. So if 1 Faraday is 18 naira, what will be the cost of 0.5 Faraday? So 0.5 Faraday will be equals to what? X. So X times 1 will give us X equals to 0.5 times 18 will give us X equals to 9 naira. Do you understand? So this is the amount needed to deposit 6 grams of an iron having an. This is the answer to the question. Now let's take another question so that you get it clear. Now let's take the second example. According to the second example, the question says that if the cost of electricity required to deposit 1 gram of magnesium is 5 naira, how much would it cost to deposit 10 grams of aluminium? Very easy. Now let's begin with the first ion given to us. The first ion given to us is that of weighting magnesium. And you know for sure that magnesium has an atomic number of what? Of 12. And if I write the electronic configuration for magnesium, it's going to be 282, making magnesium a divalent ion. So if I want to write the ionic equation for magnesium, it's going to be Mg raised to the power of 2 plus, simply because it has a valence electron of 2. So it can always give out 2 electrons. So yes signifies that it has lost the word 2 electrons. So what do we do now? To balance this equation, since you have 2 here, we add 2 electrons to the magnesium to give us magnesium, as you can see on the board. Do you understand? And I told you that the number of electrons is the same as the number of Faraday. So if I have 2 electrons, it means 2 Faraday. So that means it is 2 Faraday now that gave us this atom wey you dey see, this magnesium. And the mass of magnesium is 24. So you have 2 Faraday is 24 words, 24 grams. Do you understand? That's the first thing that should be established. Now let us calculate for the number of Faraday that will give us 1 gram of magnesium. And that Faraday will cost 5 naira. That's what we did in our previous question. So we will say S Faraday now will give us 1 gram of magnesium. That's 1 gram. So what do we do here? We cross multiply. So that I'm going to get 1 times 2 equals to X times 24. So we can just do X times 24 to give us 24X equals to 1 times 2 to give us what? 2. So we divide both sides by what? 24 here, 24 here. So this cancel this. X will be equals to 2 go here 1, 2 go here 12. So this is the what? Number of Faraday that gave us 1 grams. Do you understand? And this Faraday is what cost 5 naira. So I will simply say that 1 over 12 Faraday will cost us 5 naira. 5 naira. Then what will be the cost of 1 Faraday? So therefore 1 Faraday will cost us X naira. X, yeah. X naira. It will cost us X naira. Then we do the same thing. If I cross multiply, and we have X times 1 over 12, that's 1 over 12X equals to 1 times 5 will give us what? 5. So X will be 5 times 12. Wow. So X will be equals to 60 what? Naira. So what does that mean? It means that 1 Faraday will cost us 60 naira. Yes. 1 Faraday will give us 60 naira. That's what it means. Every 1 Faraday is 60 naira. So this whole calculation is to get the amount for 1 Faraday. Then you jump to the next ion. How much would it cost to deposit 10 grams of what? Aluminium. Very easy. If I write aluminium now, don't forget that aluminium has an atomic number of 13. is the 13th element of the periodic table. So this will give us 2, 8, what? 3. Meaning that it has a valency of plus what? 3. So if I write the equation, it will be 3 here. Then I told you that the number of electron the same as number of Faraday. So you have plus 3 electron to give us what? To give us aluminium. So this tells us that 3 Faraday is giving us aluminium, and the mass of aluminium is what? 27. So that will give you 27 weight in grams. So very easy. We will simply say how many Faraday is going to give us 10 grams, that they gave us 10 grams of aluminium. So we can say S Faraday will give us 10 grams, and we'll simply cross multiply. If I cross multiply S with times 27, you have 27x equals 3 times 10 will give us what? 30. So divide by 27, this cancel this. Let's okay, so we have x equals to 30 over 27. Do you understand? So what we have here is simple, that the Faraday that will give us 10 grams is 30 over 27. So 3 go here, 10. 3 go here, will give us what? 9. This is what we have. So this is the number of Faraday that gave us 10 grams. Do you understand? So what do we do now? The question says, how much will it cost to deposit 10 grams of what? Aluminium. Now you know that 1 Faraday is 16 naira. So what will be the cost of 9 over 6 Faraday? So 1 Faraday is 60 naira. Therefore 10 over 9 Faraday will give us what? X. Simply do this. X will be 10 over 9 times 60. What would that give us? 3 go here will give us 3. 3 go here will give us 20. So you have 10 times 20, 200 over 3. That will give us 66.7 naira. Yes, that will give us 66.7 naira. So the answer is not A, it's not B. The answer is what? C. That's 66.7 approximately. If today is your first time coming across my YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get more exciting content on this. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video.